Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Wow. You're already here. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Um, Hi, Bill. All right, let's see. What filter do we want today? Let's see. Something gentle. Something gentle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Late night show. I'm gonna try to keep this live on the channel because I don't know how many of you were expecting a late night show tonight, but you are surprise, surprise. You are welcome. I want to share something with you today. What I think is important to realize, and I want your feedback and your thoughts. So today's discussion is could not, if you are not getting scammed, if you used help, if you used guidance, if you used common sense, um, could that be called a success story if you were this close to get scammed out of your money, out of your time, out of your emotions, get heartbreak or heartache, and you were right on the edge of it, and you asked for help, you made your research, you use your analytics. Could that be considered as a success story? On my previous live show, some of you guys were saying, Veronica, you should share some more stories and people that you helped, and I thought it would be a good idea. So today I'm just gonna say I wasn't on my emails, I wasn't even anywhere reachable. But as I was driving and I was just out, I had these thoughts that those of you guys who were through, that have been through a lot in this international online dating journey, and those who were able to get help, or kind of stop at the edge of the cliff and do not jump, could relate to this. And I personally think, my opinion is that it is a success story, because if you stop right before you had got hurt, you saved your resources, you saved your time, of course, your investment, your money, and all of this. There are so many things to that. So let's talk about this today. And also, I want to say special thank you to those of you gentlemen who reached out to me for help, and who I had suggested, guided, whether it was a paid service or I just had a quick reply, kind of giving you an idea where you are at. I want to appreciate today and tell you thank you, because those of you who had returned to me after 6 months, after a year, sometimes after 2 years, and admitting or just sharing that, hey, you know what, I just want to tell you that everything you told me was true. I was not ready to hear it. And guess what? She disappeared. She didn't show up. She created flaky reason, and not much had happened. So yes, I've ended up being scammed. But I want to tell appreciation to these men, because that is a great feedback for the work, and because they had the courage to share. And please remember that I am not here to judge somebody. You were not born with a manual on international dating. Men are not as good overall with relationships and communication and different cues as we women are. We are natural communicators, and also a lot of us have our own experiences. We just born with it, some of us more than the others. So I'm not coming from the place of judgment, but I still appreciate the courage, because I know the courage to share, because I know how difficult it is to especially for men, to think that you are going to look a fool, when you say, hey, yeah, you were right, but please understand, it's like the same as like your doctor would shame you. We are not here for shame, and if you we are not here to judge. And if you were in a situation where you learned when something was done and it was obviously not even a relationship, because if in the end you were scammed, this is not a relationship, okay? This is just someone's game, someone's strategic moves. Please don't color, other normal, kind, loyal women with these colors. They have nothing to do. They are not responsible for these people who are online. Some of you guys may even be talking to unexistent somebody who does not exist, or I have so many stories. I probably should make series about stereotypes or story types. But anyway, I really appreciate you sharing with me, getting back to me. I had several just a minute. I had several people, reaching out to me during the quarantine and depressed and hurt because they were counting on somebody coming here and nobody did come, and they were out of um, significant sums of money and, of course, heartache and frustration. But thank you so much for sharing, because you give me feedback, um, and it's not for me, it's not an ego boosting thing for me. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong, but when you do something for a living, when you have a pretty good grip on things, you kind of know what you're doing. And certain stories, they are just written, it's like a carbon copy. So I can kind of, and people who work in this industry, they can see with their eyes closed what's going on. Some stories are more complex. There is, more manipulation, more techniques. Also, guys, realize that these girls you're talking online to, they are basically professional psychologists. They are good at what they do. So anyway, no matter what it is, no matter what you stopped yourself from, pat yourself on the back. I consider that a success story, because it's always nice to have your resources and spend them on something you want to spend them, rather than being manipulated out of them, right? Um, so, and by resources, I do not only mean the money, even though that is a painful part, because your money is your energy. Most of us put our energy to get financial reward. It's your energy, it's your sweat, blood, and tears. And it's just unfair that some people have a career in manipulating that out of you. It's unfair, but you have to realize it's a career for certain people, and that's why I still help people, and to realize and understand some things. To be very honest with you, this is my least favorite. Somebody's writing something. This is my least favorite thing to do. My true success stories, true hardships in connection between people, understanding between people. This is where I thrive. This is what gets me up in the morning, and I am glad to be able to help people to understand each other, to connect with each other, to get their understanding and connection on the next level. That is my favorite thing, and probably when I don't have to work at all, I probably will still do it because I love doing it. So it's kind of it's a passion project for sure. But the thing is, sometimes prior to having something real like that, you have experience and you fall for virtual things, for things that are just imaginary, or you becoming an object of manipulation, right? For those of you in the chat, I'm gonna say hi to everyone in a moment, but For those of you in the chat, do I have anybody here who either had kind of disappointing experiences, or somebody who was about to get scammed but didn't, or somebody who did get scammed, or maybe somebody that listened to my free videos. Guys, just so you know, I'm absolutely not pushing my personal time because I have very limited time. So if you have time to research, welcome to check out my free videos about scamming and manipulation games, and hundreds of others. But there are men who have business and careers, and they would so much rather uh, pay for the service and know what's going on than endlessly watch videos. So everyone is different, and just understand that if you want to have my personal service, I do have to charge for it because it's my personal time that I have to take. Sometimes it's a complex thing, so I need to make sure. And number three, the most important, is that I've learned that unless somebody is investing in the result, they're not gonna take you seriously. So basically, I had some people that I just knew they go and scammed 100 miles an hour. It's gonna be horrible. They didn't know me that well, so I offered, or just kind of help at it unofficially, or just reached out and said, stop, don't do this. And you know what happens? People who do not believe you worth of their investment, you would spend your energy, you get emotionally involved just because you take this to heart, and everybody loses because they end up not listening or even considering seriously your insight, and you losing your time, your money, and also you losing your sleep. If I had situations when I was losing my sleep because I just know, and kind of being an empathetic person, I know that, okay, this man is about to be out of 20,000. This man is about to be out of 2 years of his life. This man is about to sell his house and come to Ukraine, and nobody will show up in the airport. So, and yes, I'm getting better with this now, as this has been a long journey, but I am the kind of person that may not sleep at night. So at least, if I get compensated for my time, but if you find what we are doing on this channel valuable enough, so you're not just gonna, if you invest your hard earned money into my research or into my insight of or evaluation of the situation, you're not just gonna throw it and not consider. You probably will give serious consideration on this, right? You're not gonna just oh well, maybe, but she doesn't know what she's talking about, right? So I'm just sharing this with you guys, that you have a lot of resources right now. You're very welcome to check out all the available resources on my channel, and there are more channels also talking about it. But once again, sometimes you have a complex situation. Sometimes these ladies, they get on personal chat with you, and they show up, and it's all cute and sweet, and um, you cannot read it, but people who work in this and communicating, they can they can help you. So if you watch somebody else, I have no problem. It's an open market. Choose somebody you trust, but ask for the second opinion so you can have a success story by not getting scammed. Do you guys agree? It's a big part of success story by not getting frustrated, hurt, and out of the money, or resources that you could have spent on things that would bring you joy and satisfaction. So that's the that's the video. I just want to share this with you. And I realize I do have recorded, like, voice recordings from my clients, sharing with me stuff. And I will ask for permission if I could share some of that with you. The thing is, guys, time is even more important. I mean, of course, it depends, on your personal situation, but time is even more important because when you think that you are with somebody, you are, celebrating milestones and making plans, but you only counted on this one person and they are not in it for the faint of heart, uh, it could be kind of devastating because some people have health issues, some people have, sometimes you get older, you don't want to jump on a plane, I mean, everybody has their own situation. Okay, I actually looked at my demographics and I found out that now there is an equal demographic, so from 25 to 34 men who watching the channel and 34 to 45. So we kind of switching a little bit. These are two biggest demographics, even though in some ways the international Ukrainian dating in a way is um, more popular or more relevant usually to men from 45 to 55. It's just kind of a statistics. So, we have new members, we have new people, we have younger men, and don't feel bad. They also get as scammed as you can only imagine. I feel that there are more techniques for this whole online social media dating as well for younger people who use social media, so they get scammed just as much. And don't judge yourself when somebody take advantage of you. I just want to make it clear. Uh, please don't be embarrassed to share your story, because your story can unlock somebody else's prison. Your story can save somebody's life. Instead of spending time on this fake woman, somebody can decide to save some money and go meet somebody real, somebody who is genuine and real. I'm not, once again, I say things sometimes, guys, understand it's not an easy it's not an easy mission, and sometimes I do get frustrated. But if I would be always peachy and sweet, that would not be real. Do you guys realize that? If I would always be telling you, always be super polite, super detached, super butterfly, you know that I would not be real. That, by the way, is a clue that in any relationship, if somebody with you always super sweet, they never have a bad day, and they just always, puppies and butterflies, I can tell you they're not genuine with you. They are withholding and suppressing their emotions. People we love the most drives us crazy the most. Let's be real. I feel like, the soulmate is a person that you're trying to get rid of with all your might, but they just don't go. They just don't disappear. Like no matter what you do, they're still there. So they know your worst sides and they're still there. But this is all the topic. Okay, so let me say hi to everybody. Hi everyone. Oh wow, Merry Christmas. Wow. $2 super chat from Merry Christmas. I can get a sip of tea. Thanks, Merry Christmas. Your nickname alone makes me smile. Thanks so much. Thanks for supporting. Let me say hi. So everybody who will watch the recording, Merry Christmas. It's actually somebody's nickname. So don't think that on the August 23rd I am, already in the Christmas mode. So hi Stan, hi Bill. Thanks for approving messages, and let me read some of your stuff. Oh, thank you, Milton. Milton is saying hello from Milton Grove, and let's see, everyone like and subscribe. Thank you. Well, subscribe if it's something that you can use, and like if you enjoy the video. Jerry Butler is saying, I would have not been scammed a few years ago if I would have known about your channel. Well, I'm sorry to hear about the Jerry, but now you know. Thank you for sharing. Bill is saying you are saving viewers millions. Well, I don't know if about millions, but I definitely know that there is a lot of people that I shared that before. I don't care if it's just one person. If just one person, we're standing on a cliff about to sell their house or apply for K1 for somebody who is not compatible, somebody who is not there for the faint of heart, somebody who is not there for the good reasons. If that one person a month watched it and it helped, it really makes sense, because we all want to have satisfaction from what we do. It sure is a good feeling. And sometimes I forget about all this. Sometimes I forget about all these good things. So I appreciate you guys reminding me. So I'm actually gonna print out a bunch of happy stories, anti-scam stories, to put it on my face. So if I get a little dark, I can look at it. But anyway, I'm gonna read some more of your comments. Merry Christmas. You should share your story with us too. Yeah, time is money. It is. Time is even more than money, because sometimes you can find a way to create more cash flow. You can sell out some assets or whatever, but not a day of your life can be returned. I mean, and for the person who faced several deaths, in the last couple of years, I can tell you that you have no idea. Uh, you have no idea what the value of time is till you lose somebody. So don't waste your time on something that is questionable, or you're not sure. Be sure, make your research, learn the cues, get better at this. It's not that difficult. When I said that men are not as good at this, relationship thing, communicating thing, I didn't say that men are not teachable, or it's still a generalization. You getting good at what you do. You are getting good at something that you do every day. You catching more cues. You are connecting. You are learning stuff. So you can become good and better. Plus, men are very logical and very analytical, and these things can help a lot as well. Remember, if something does not agree with your logic, that's one powerful thing that women often struggle with. But men are logical, but sometimes logic goes away when you see, somebody who takes your breath away. Yes, you do, your logic is blurry, but you can always use logic. It's a great tool at just about everything. Oh, thank you. Okay, we have another super chat from Bill. Thank you so much for the support. And Bill is saying, be encouraged, Veronica. You're being blessed for the genuinely invaluable work that you do. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Um, oh, Bubbles! I totally forgot. Hey, thanks. All right, we're gonna get Bubbles for for the super chats we got. All right, Bubbles. Bubbles is a sign of good things. Thank you. So I do believe that the first step is to be able to recognize. Um, the first step, my dear friends, is to be able to recognize where you are. It's like getting diagnosed. It's really important. Because some people like to be lied to. Let's be real. I'm gonna ask the chat right now. Have you ever been in a situation when you knew things are not working out, but you really enjoyed to be lied to? Be honest. Have you ever been in a situation when you know things are not working out the right way? You know it's not working, but you enjoy it so much that you're the one that's get your logic and be honest, okay? Remember, this is a judgment-free zone. It's a learning zone. I'm learning together with you, and the only reason I'm a little bit better at it is because, well, it's because I've been around women and I've been working in this for a while, and I I want to tell you something. My best knowledge came from people. It was not my knowledge. It was from people, from their stories, catching on cues, working with people. It was not my, years of studying at the university when I was in Ukraine. It wasn't even often my own experience because I don't have experiences with being scammed online, but that knowledge came from just consistently being in this environment, and also well, yes, of course, being a woman, being able to read some cues. But remember, not all cues can be acknowledged online, okay? So let's see what guys are saying. Yes. So Bill is saying, unfortunately, yes. Stan is saying, when I was younger, yes. Merry Christmas says, I agree. Well, okay, so Merry Christmas is saying, sometimes you don't want to know the truth. Well, tea time. Yes, it's very true. Sometimes you don't want to know the truth, but something tells you that um, something tells you to connect with your senses, right? Something tells you to connect with your senses, and you realize that lying to yourself um, is not going to get you where you want to be. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go back. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats, and I'm gonna go back to my normal filter or color. This filter called blush. So, I wanted something gentle. Hi, Jim. Welcome. Um, yeah, I mean, when you do not want to know the truth, whose responsibility that really is uh, to get a better result? I mean, who can really help you? First, you need to be willing to know the truth. Um, you need to be willing to know that, to get real. Unless that is your journey, you just want to be in that environment. I don't know. I don't understand. You see, there is a difference. I guess some people want to live in the fantasy. If you want to live in the fantasy, please don't hire me. Don't don't order none of my services, because it's only going to hurt you. If you just want to live in a fantasy over, trying things and connecting and trying, what works, what doesn't, kind of exploring. If you want to be in the fantasy land, I do not recommend myself to you, because you're going to be mad at me, and you're not going to enjoy this. Which leads me to another point. Sometimes when you hit the door, uh, when you just hit on the door, on the same door, and you kind of get this, how you call this bruise or bump, it's kind of it's a good idea. I'm talking even about actual relationships. When you always fall for a particular kind of woman, even though if you think that, oh, only she does it for me, I don't know, whatever she has, or this kind of girl does it for me, sometimes it's not a bad idea to try to connect with somebody who does it for you less, you know what I mean, who not as um, enticing, exciting for you, and try and see what happens. Because when you doing the same thing and you expecting the different result, who are you trying to fool? And I want to share with you as a woman, um, a lot of times ladies get also attracted to men who are extremely good looking, and have all these muscles, and they just, they have all this energy, they just like butterflies on electric light. But when you had one guy like this, second guy like this, third guy like this, you realize that these men maybe have different goals. Maybe family values are not. I mean, I'm not saying that all the, extremely handsome men don't have family values, but let's just say there is a particular style of a person that probably do not have a values that you do. For ladies, it's the same thing. How about you try somebody who's at least different, just even for the experience, because this way you just rob yourself out of opportunity to even get close to whatever goal you have. If your goal is to have fun, that's one thing. But if your goal is, if you have a vision for something, and you want to change something, that probably given it a chance is given it a chance. I almost feel when people have instant connection or instant attraction, it's sometimes a problem, because you overlook everything. You just like infatuated and you are out of it. I mean, I had this happen to me, and I had that happen, obviously, and I know how that feels, and I also know I also know how that feels to be around a man that not even listening to the word you're saying. Not you can share most incredible things, but you just know he's not listening. He's not listening. So this way, it's kind of you don't even get to know each other before, boom, your chemistry is off the charts, and then when you wake up after this, you're like, oh my gosh, how did I end up here? Oh wow, what happened? Oh wow. I think we have another super chat here. Thank you, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, thanks. Um, what kind of tea am I drinking? Green tea and white tea, and with some lemongrass and mint. So now you know all my secrets. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Um, Hi, Renee. Hi, Bellas. Hi, Chuck. Good to see you. Hey, guys. Late Sunday night live, which I didn't really plan, but um, Do you guys, can you guys, okay, just a second. Oh, all right. Jim is saying this is my story with my still future ex. Yeah. How did it go, Jim? Um, I was out. I wasn't checking my. I don't know. Maybe you had connected with me, but I was not checking any social media for 2 days. Well, almost. So, guys, please share your thoughts. Would you rather be um, would you rather be in a sweet dream? And do you get mad at people that tell you the truth? Do you see, when somebody tells you the truth, do you see an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to change something, an opportunity to, uh, do better, or are you just frustrated and mad and you just feel like you are dying and you are angry? I deal with a lot of anger, but hey, Renee, I know you are on the chat. I don't know if you can write. You may be working. If you want to share something, you are welcome to do that. Good to see you. I know you're in California, so it's not as late there. Oh, it's only 7 o'clock in California. You lucky. Jim is saying I needed like I felt like I needed your approval of my friend. Well, it's not that you need my approval. It's just I can tell you from my experience what it is, and I told you. In your case, it's the best thing you can do is actual friendship and talk, and guys, in reality, let's just be real. When you are long distance, it's friendship anyway. Somebody asked me about, passionate relationship online. Passionate relationship online, it's like if you like ice cream, you really like crazy, you like ice cream, can you really have enjoyable ice cream experience looking at the pictures of it online? Is that satisfying? I know a lot of people kind of practice that kind of sport, but I think it's frustrating, if anything. It's frustrating, and the woman that respects herself, by the way, she would not go into different, you know, sexual video chats, especially if she never seen you before. If you were married for 25 years, that's a different conversation. But we are talking the woman that you met somewhere connected and you talking on the phone or something like this. She's not gonna go in this whole, online, virtual sex, weird stuff. If she respects herself, she will be thinking, if this guy is real, he's gonna come up with a day and time when he arrives. Meanwhile, we have opportunity to get to know each other. Meanwhile, we have an opportunity to get to know each other. We got opportunity to talk, to share stuff. I'm telling you this, that it's not real, even if you, anyway. I mean, come on, we are all grown people here. This is not fun. I mean, to my opinion, it's as much fun as like, you know, if you like ice cream, it's just as much fun as looking at the screen, with your favorite ice cream. I mean, if that satisfies you, good luck. But it's not. It's still, with all the technology in the world, it's still not the same. Yes, you can get the eye contact, you can get the smiles, you can get the laughter, you can get the sweet words, You can get you can feel really close to somebody when you talk with them online, but leave the weird stuff alone, because the weird stuff will get you into this thinking that you have passionate relationship. I mean, you literally can be you're just fooling yourself when you do that, because you think that she likes you. She may see you and she will be freaked out, or she may not ever show up. So anything online is virtual. I mean, it's you can create friendship. Sometimes people share things. I would be the first person to say that I met some most incredible people in my life through my channel, and I felt the connection, I felt the contact, but it really gets real when it's personal. But remember, I'm talking about friendship, not talking about romance in this example. With friendship, you can develop it, but still it takes time. So don't think that you can have. I mean, I have a question. Does this passionate relationship satisfy you? I'm just. It's going to be 18 plus talk. I've already had one 18 plus talk today, so don't get me there. All right, I'm gonna listen. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas. You are so generous. I can afford another sip of tea now. Thanks. Your secrets are safe with me. Good. Merry Christmas. I hope so. Don't you ever tell nobody. Yeah. Chuck is saying, I don't accept lies and no tolerance anymore. Yes, the truth hurts, like you say. You can't see it, but everyone else can. Online is fake. Online is fake. You have to meet personally. Right. And some people tell me, well, Veronica, you are also online. But here is the difference. This is not a dating website. Okay. So I offer the service that is helping people, and you can read some comments. I had posted randomly the feedback from people, but I've never made it a priority because I kind of keep it for myself. But probably if somebody was doing this, if somebody has 900 videos and they are not in it with their heart, I mean, that would be hard to do. So if you learn in something, you can learn online. You can see somebody's record, you can see if the person is, trustworthy, and so on and so forth. You can look at at the track of their work. So for those of you who tell me that I'm also online, please remember, you comparing different categories. I also study online. I also take classes online, and it's completely different category. So I don't need to meet with somebody in person to be able to connect with you and help you, right? Even though it is fun. We had a few meetups with my subscribers, some of you guys, and that was awesome. There's no denial, but those were fun meetups. They were not, you know, let's talk about everything that happened. They were just, it was just fun. So, oh, that's nice, Jim. Good for you. One likable feature of Ukrainian ladies is more straightforward, and you're likely to hear God's honest truth. Yeah, right. That's there. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. I bet flood is more fun in Alcazar factory. Yeah. Um, yeah, exactly, exactly. So, Jim, if you have to be really together, physically to have, actual passionate relationship. Well, obviously, what else do you have except for friendship? And I told this before, friendship is not a bad thing. Friendship is when you learn how to trust, you learn different things about the person. And once again, personally, I met some most incredible people through internet. And for me, it's an honor that they had trusted. It's a mutual thing. It's always a little bit of a risk, but guys, once again, nobody can stand on their toes forever. Standing on their toes means nobody can pretend or having like a masquerade, masquerade, how you call it. Yeah, I think nobody can do things for too long and get away with it. Like, look at Belarus right now. You can't fool people and control people for so long till they get done with you. You can't maintain a straight face forever. It's very, very difficult, to be really positive, or to be fake. People who are doing all this scamming and manipulating, or people who have to put numerous masks on themselves, they are always exhausted because it's a hard work. Like, you need to remember what you said, you need to make sure that what you said is matching with that, and you always in this thing. Like, for me, I just sound like Joe Biden. I said, you always in this thing, like his famous saying, we men and women were created by this thing. So I pulled some Joe Biden, but guys, it's a little late, so please understand. And it's like a little extra life, because I just felt like I would like to connect with you. So please forgive my Joe Biden, Jim Crow Biden sleep. Sorry. Oh my gosh. You see, I try not to watch politics, but they rub off on me. And I hate that. So, men and women were created by this thing. Okay? By this thing. Oh, thank you, Merry Christmas. Now I can afford a full cup of tea just from you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, I'll put some bubbles. Okay. Where are my bubbles? What the hell? Oh, okay. It is getting late. Thanks. Merry Christmas. Okay. Here's bubbles, and thank you. I'll dream I'll have a full cup of tea. Yes, Bill. It's Joe Biden. No, it's Jim Crow Biden. If you analyze these things this person say, you will realize it's Jim Crow Biden. Even I understand that. An immigrant, okay? Don't get me into politics, please. Well, I'm gonna say last thing. If somebody judging your appearance and tell you that you need to vote for somebody because you look certain way, that is the most unfair thing somebody can do. If somebody judging how you look and presume who you need to vote for, and if you don't vote for them, you are not who you are, make your own conclusions. Can't believe I didn't say anything, but those who understand, understand. Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I feel like it's 1920s. Okay, this is the last quote of Jim Crow Biden. Okay, Chuck, I'm trying to not get political. I'm really trying. So, all right, guys, let's Please share some stories. Give me something. Let's get back to the topic. You know, you can see a daddy's daughter. You know, when I was 6 years old, um, my dad already I was already taking a course in world history and World War II. Once again, at 6 years old, I was taking a course on, World War II and world history. So I mean, can't help it. But anyway, let's get back to the topic. I probably actually will save this chat for. I may crop it. I'm gonna make it private, but then I will maybe crop it or something. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to post on Patreon. I promised you I have all these videos that are private. They are coming on tomorrow. I was not able. I was somewhere. I kind of was out of town for just a little bit, and there was no connection, and I could not log in. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking time off, but you're gonna get a. I'll be posting it every day, so every day you can watch a private video. So, but there are some really good videos that we and discussions that we have had that I made private. So those of you who are on Patreon, you are welcome to start. So I'm gonna post each every day starting tomorrow. So I'm sorry there was no connection, but sometimes you need to unplug to reconnect. When I feel that the I'm depleted, I'm just reconnecting. So please don't take it personal. I know some of you sending me messages and emails. Just a second. Another sip of tea from Merry Christmas. So sometimes I have to do it. It's nothing personal. Um, it's nothing personal. It's just a when your phone dies, when you have your phone and the battery is run down, when you have a phone and your battery is run down, no matter how much you beg this phone to call somebody, to call 911, to call your best friend, this phone will not work unless you have a charger and you can charge it. So, but human beings apparently can. Human beings can work even when they are depleted, but it's not helping, right? Okay. Okay, so we're going back to normal. Thank you so much. um all right, Rene, don't complain that you're at work. It's good. It means you have a job. It means you're making some money while we are blubbing over here. Come on. It's a good thing. It means you're doing something useful for the humanity. Yes, you can email me a story, or you can actually have a call with me at some point, because we talked always through the thing. I'm literally pulling Joe Biden today. Ah, through the chats and so forth. Oh my gosh, okay, stop. Anyway, yes, you can write it, you can send me a video, you can send me an audio. You can also maybe appear at one of our Zoom calls and share with the guys. But first, do what's easier for you. So anyway, the point is, there is a lot of bumps on the road. There is a lot of challenges. There is a lot of misunderstandings. Nobody is perfect, and don't beat yourself up when you know that you made some mistakes. Often you kind of knew those very mistakes, but you just enjoyed them too much. right? So I think it's, when you take your personal responsibility, your life becoming so much better. Let's talk a little bit about personal responsibility. It applies to every area of life, but of course, dating too. Let me. Why do I have to lean so much? I'm not comfortable. Look at my pretty flowers. You see them? Look at this. Isn't that cute? I know I have mostly guys, but look, it's actually like a miniature, really tiny little, cute little tiny thing. There's spring in my heart. Well, I got some early little things. I told you guys that we have, we have Russian communities, um, north or east north. No, I'm messing this up. Anyway, towards Detroit, we have Russian communities, and we gift little things like this to each other always when we meet. So um, even okay, there could be a reason for it, but even if it doesn't matter if there is a reason or not, a lot of times there is no reason rather than just smile. So you see, even like ladies can exchange flowers. This is a big part of our culture, but also if somebody, you can sometimes get, in our culture, you can get flowers from the man, and it doesn't mean that he is going to date you, or it doesn't mean that he is hitting on you. It's still real. Well, I'm lucky because sometimes I get sweet little things from my clients, and that is just like a little top, icing on the cake. So no matter what it is, you gotta look for the positive and focusing on that, right? I'm gonna put some bubbles just for no reason. It's always easy to focus on the negative, and negative experiences. I think negative experiences are the best teachers. And you know what? Even though people say that even though people say that you learn on other people's experiences, blah blah, no, you don't. You can't, I cannot learn on the other woman's experiences, how to, um, I don't know, belly dance. I don't know. I cannot learn from the other woman experience how to make borscht. I'm gonna I'm gonna use everything she's sharing with me, but you know what? It's still every borscht, every dish will have its own flavor. Every borscht, every dish, every creation that you do, you will take same ingredients even as the other person, but your creation is gonna have your signature, your flavor, your inspiration. It's gonna taste completely different. Man, that makes me so hungry. I'm gonna kill you all. No, I'm not gonna kill you literally. No, no, let's not talk about food, please. William Morin. If I see some more comments that do not make any sense, you know better than I am what's going to happen. Okay? You really trying my patience, and don't think that I do not see it. I know BS when I see it. Okay? Your questions and the way you refer to people and the stuff that you say is just so awkward. So one more question like that, you know what's gonna happen. Hey Lance, welcome. Good to see you. Stan, I'm sure you know how to do this. I'm sure you took a class. Yeah, don't laugh. Don't wake an animal. I'll tell you that. Wait, this is something else. No, I like this one better. All right, so let's see. How did we go from scamming to preparing of borscht? Oh, thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment. Yes, I maybe because I had a really beautiful day, and I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm gonna go black and white. Black and white. So in the black and white, let's resume and in black and white, let's. Oh wow! Thanks, Merry Christmas. Look at that. I like the red rose. I have this dream to have. It's completely off topic, but I have this dream to have a black and white photo shoot, but with red. You know, like red lips and red roses, and but the photo shoot would be in black and white. That would be fucking amazing. My mother used to watch black and white movies, you know, all this like Marilyn Monroe movies and old Hollywood. So I fall in love. I love black and white the most. If I could, I would do my entire channel in black and white. So anyway, thank you. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the rose. No, we're not gonna talk about finances. I mean, what about that? I feel already so well, kind of a little bit. So anyway, let's wrap it up. You know, sometimes it is nice to, you know, when I do have a little bit of time or I'm in the mood to chit chat and just to be more personable. It's always a great opportunity because it's not going to be happening as often. Sometimes it doesn't for a while. So I'm going to be in black and white. We're just going to recap the points of this. The main points of this video is that, you know, just because you didn't get your dream or, you know, your vision get completed, but if you saw the BS and you stopped right there, you asked for help, you learned something. Okay, even if you dived into the bad situation, you know, as long as you learn, you know, there is no point of, guys, there is no point of beating yourself up. There is no point, please, you know, I want to say again a huge heartfelt thank you to those of you who think of me enough and appreciate the mission that I have, that after not listening to my suggestion and getting hurt, you still have the courage to reach out to me after 6 months, after a year, after 2 years, and say, hey, you know what? I just want to give you the feedback. Your estimation was correct, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, by doing that, really, it's invaluable because it's going to help a lot of people. And it's great reassurance. But you know what that also is? It's admitting your mistakes. There is nothing wrong. You know, your crown is not gonna fall and crash. It's quite the opposite. We talked about that before. You know, when you admit your mistakes, when you learn from them, you give yourself an opportunity to be smarter, to you are able to discern, you are able to be your own guide, you may not even need any help next time, right? You may not even need anybody, looking over you, and you when you are in denial of your experiences, when you blame others, when you feel that, oh, you know what, it's, she scammed me, she is this, she is that, when you put responsibilities for occurrences in your life on other people, you kind of show that you have no control. You give control or opportunities of your life to somebody else. Oh, that's her, that's, scammed me. But you don't realize that, well, uh, that person was dishonest, but really you allowed that to happen. You knew in some ways it was wrong. So this is how you validate also your own intuition. This is how you validate, your own sense of, your own common sense, your own judgment, your own analytics. There is nothing wrong with admitting that something didn't go as planned. And please, please, I'm begging you, not um do not think that I am laughing at you or judging you or anything like this. It's literally, I had sleepless nights, several, not completely sleepless, but sometimes I had hard times to fall asleep because I already, it's kind of weird. When I see situations, I kind of I see the future. It's kind of, I kind of see like a vision or projection, and I already know where this is going. And it's kind of weird because I saw that in my personal life too, and I've seen things way before they happen. But I don't really, I'm not a psychic or anything like this. It just, I think it's just kind of intuition and analytical, uh, somewhat of analytical skills, but also, intuition. I don't know what else, but anyway, um, it is what it is, okay? No matter what it is, don't be, you see, like when you hold this in you, it's sometimes, it's, when you let it out, when you tell this to enough people, at some point you can talk about it and laugh. Do you guys agree? When something bad happened to you, at first you'll be like, okay, as a woman, I'm gonna share this with you. I'll be like, hi, this happened. We're not talking about death, okay? We're not talking about life tragedy. We're just talking about some, when you were mistreated or somebody did something to you, okay? So you call a friend and you're like, oh, this happened, like he didn't show up, or like, or I don't know, something else. I don't know. Not so many men had scammed me, so I don't, I'm struggling with examples. But let's say, he said he gonna call, he didn't call, or he forgot, or yeah, blah, blah, blah. So you crying. Then the next friend you call, you're gonna say, hey, you know what? It didn't work out. He forgotten. Then the third or fourth friend you call said, yeah, God knows, hell, whatevs. I don't care. You know, I'm glad he's like out of my sight, out of my out of my mind, out of my sight. You can gain momentum and release the sadness and frustration by sharing with people. You realize that don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take these experiences so seriously. Life is not that serious. Sometimes we dramatize. Like now I'm in black and white over here. So sometimes we dramatize. Oh my God, she scammed me. She did this. Oh, she left me. Okay, sometimes you have to simplify and laugh at it and tell a friend, and just like, that's my favorite way of dealing with certain things, is just to make fun, laugh at it. I'm going back to blush. Hi everybody. So don't be don't take it so seriously. Learn from it. I believe having an experience is better than just, you know living life vicariously, living life through other people's experiences. Like, I would not be sharing this if I would not be through K1 process, if I would not be through process of international relationships, if I would not be through the pain of this process, if I would not be through the happiness of the process, I would not be qualified to share the insights of the person that is going through these things. For example, I cannot give advice to, I don't know, how to, um, let's see, what, I don't know, how to fix a light fixture. I mean, that would be a very bad advice. You're probably gonna get hit by, you're probably gonna be electrocuted if I'm gonna try to tell you, right? So, yeah, it's gonna be a short story. It would be a long story short. All right, let me look through the messages before we call the party off. Hi, Terry, good to see you. Танюша, привет. Привет, дорогая. Good to see you, Tanya. Shocking, right? But at the same time, I do know how certain things work. I just wouldn't consider myself, an expert, okay? I'm pretty good at breaking things. Let me read some more messages. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm glad you're having a good time. Um, okay, why do I sit so far away from this? Terry, Terry saying I'm waiting for a check from all the boxes I work on. Right, right. I'm gonna share. I may have to share about that. But I believe in you. I'm gonna put bubbles just because. Just because I wanna put bubbles while I'm reading. So, yes, very true. Okay, Jim, this is a great point right there. True scammers will use their children to scam, but the true woman won't subject her child to the risk of emotional damage. That is true, and I was trying to maybe keep it for another conversation. Okay, I'm going back to normal. Um, okay, I'm gonna go back to normal because just because. Um, okay. Let's see. Yes, this is, if okay, if you are listening to this, yes, guys, unfortunately, uh, some women would use the children, which is mind blowing to me. It's absolutely mind blowing to me that some ladies, some mothers would use their children to, manipulate or, I mean, for me, guys, I don't care if I don't know. I'm speechless on that, but it's true. So you have to be aware of it, and it's very unfortunate, but it does happen. Okay, I, as you can guess, would not be a supporter of that. I think children should be children, but yes, but I gonna make a story maybe, this month or next month. I have the reverse story. I have some stories, not so many, very few, but from the other side of the spectrum, from the ladies who were um, come, with a big dream, with the love in their heart, with the desire to have a better life, and they were, scammed, not literally scammed, but hurt, dismissed, and abused. I will not share, real names or anything like this, but I want you to know that it's risk both ways. It's not like just you taking a risk, okay? It's not like just they taking a risk. It's definitely a jump, it's a jump from the cliff, for both parties, okay? Um, so I want you to know that a lot of ladies, I want to tell you, okay, the sign of the true, genuine person, you know what it is? One of the signs. That's actually coming in one of my next videos, but I'm gonna share on this as this is gonna be private probably. So one of the signs of a genuine person, guys, guess what? Guess what it is? When you meet her, um, she taking you slow. She taking all your love, all your compliments, gifts, whatever. She sees it, she recognizes it, but she takes it slow. She's not in a hurry to change, to add something to her life that is not guarantee, that may or may not give her peace of mind. She lives in a good environment. She doesn't, she's not struggling, she's not begging you for anything. She has life that she is enjoying. She knows her value, she knows who she is, she's satisfied, and she's happy, in many areas of her life. So if she wants to invite, or if somebody is inviting her in their life, she takes it very slow because she is not in a hurry to make her life worse, to hurt herself. She is not in a hurry to um, lose her peace of mind for something. Okay? She is not in a hurry to uh, put her livelihood, put her peace, her joy, her joyful life in some kind of crisis, in some kind of risk. So she's excited, but she's kind of like, she's taking it slow. She's not rushing you into anything. She's just taking her time. She validates you, okay? She's doing it naturally. She's not pushing for anything. She's not flying anywhere. uh, she's taking her time to maybe give you a permission to enter her life. She validates you. Are you gonna ruin her peace? Are you gonna make your life worse? I'm just telling you the truth. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas. um Thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas. And what percentage of girls are worth marrying online? Well, since I didn't have a direct experience on that, um, what do you mean by marrying online? Exactly. What do you mean by marrying online? Marrying to a picture, like kissing the screen at night? If you want to kiss a screen at night, you can kiss whoever you want. But if you want an actual person, there is no girl that you can marry online. You can meet somebody or connect with somebody online, but you have to actually make an effort to connect with them in reality. So you can exchange contacts with somebody. You can see somebody, like all of you found my channel. You found some videos and this and that. So it is a connection online, right? But really, If you're talking about interpersonal relationship, guys, you have to take time. You have to be willing to travel. If you looking, if you're looking abroad, you have to be willing to travel. You have to be willing to spend time, to invest, and then it's not for everybody, you know. I'm telling you. So when you have these experiences, you may realize, you may think, what the hell, my neighbor um, is better. I don't want to fly anywhere. It's not for everybody. So let's see. Um, thanks, Chuck. Right. John is saying, hi, John. Good to see you, my friend. John is saying she took it slow and cautious to make sure it was genuine and true before children knew. Exactly. If you can, leave the children alone. Don't involve them. I mean, if you can't, if you met when you had children, your children or her children, oh well. Um, but be careful because children get used to people really quick and but at the same time if you have friendship and you just it's not too personal, that can be okay. Make sure that they see positive communication. Merry Christmas. You killing me today. He's saying Michigan is not abroad. Well, Merry Christmas. I have to face the truth and finally tell. Unfortunately, um, unfortunately, there is. I am a limited edition. I have to say. So, and the ladies who live here in Michigan from Russian community also limited edition. So, as much as as much as that would be nice if there would be more ladies um, of the Slavic kind like in Michigan or other states, it's impossible to marry everyone who wants it, so yeah. Limited edition, it's something new. All right. I'm gonna put some bubbles. Thank you for the super chat. Michigan is not abroad, but really, even though we have a bigger Russian speaking community, but it's not like they are sitting there and, waiting. It's limited. It's possible, but it's limited. And then again, if you marry one, the other one gonna be upset. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, how do you handle that? It's hard to keep everybody happy, right? Oh, here we go again. Yes, I agree with that, Terry. When you put yourself in the right circumstances, you're doing your thing, but you do have to be open. Terry says that I say love finds you and not the other way around. Well, yes, but you have to be healed. You have to be open, and you just have to do what you enjoy doing. All the best things that happened in my life personally were happening when I was definitely just um, living and enjoying life, without certain expectations, kind of knowing what you want, but just living and doing your thing. And another thing about life, love finding you, happiness finding you. I don't believe in finding happiness or in finding love in general. Love already lives inside of you. The way you treat people, the way you look in the window in the morning, the way you make your breakfast, the way you take care of somebody you already have in your life, um, the way you just look at the world, that we all already have love inside of us. We are products of love, and I am dead serious about it. Love is something that you already have. People that appear in your life and connect with you, they are kind of byproducts of it. When you have, let's talk about friends. When you have an open and outgoing personality, um, you end up having friends. Let's talk about friendship. When you have open, outgoing, genuine personality, you end up making friends. So these friends, they are people who like you, people who want to be close to you, people who want to get to know you. They are byproduct of your um, personality, of your affection, of your kindness to people. So I know about you, and the thing is, the most important love is love for life. When you don't have that love for life, when you every day you just like you're waiting, like, I hope love finds me today. Hmm, I'm not gonna brush my hair. Who I'm gonna brush it for? I'm not gonna put nice clothes today because I don't have love. So we all have love. There is self-love, there is love for life, love for God, whatever you believe in, love for just appreciation you being here. So wake up, you already have love. The object of love will show up sooner or later. Once again, you already have love inside of you. The object of love or byproduct of love, whoever you draw in your life, will show up at some point. And if you are on the same level, you will know when you see them. You'll lick their face. I've heard somebody says that you will know when you see them. You'll lick their face. It was somebody who obviously liked dogs, but it's actually true. You will know when you see them. You will, but you have to get that inner love up. Nobody gonna knock on a depressed person's door and say, hey, you gotta do it yourself. That's number one. And what I'm gonna finish myself. Thank you guys for the super chats. I'm gonna get to it. Thank you so much. I want to also say about happiness. Some people tell me, well, I hope you find happiness, or, I hope you don't find happiness. Okay? You do not find happiness. You create it inside of you. It's you just can't find it. If you're not happy single, you're gonna be miserable married. I'm gonna say this again. If you are not a happy person when you are single, you're gonna be a miserable person while you are married, or while you are engaged, or while whatever. So some people some things make you more satisfied. Some things make you more fulfilled. Some things make you more excited, but you don't find happiness. You create it, you generate it. If I will unplug this thing, um, if I will unplug my Wi-Fi or or electricity, if it's it doesn't just come, it generates. So love and happiness and all these beautiful emotions inside of us, we are the generator, we are generates them. If you really want to have friends and you say you're lonely, if you really that kind of person, they will appear in your life, you will make friends. But that's why you have to be healed and you have to be open for communication. Sometimes you meet the best people and you miss out on them because you have not done the work. You can't connect with them, you can't recognize them because you have not done the work. So, meanwhile, thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate your lovely super chat. Thank you, my friend. And thank you for adding some colors to our flag. We have a Ukrainian flag today with Jim and Merry Christmas here again with the blue. And Merry Christmas is saying, my friend in Lapeer says it's many there. Well, Merry Christmas. So why you're not there? You waiting for Christmas to come? All right, I'm just gonna keep the bubbles. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a problem with saying love is a decision. I have to say, if I don't love somebody, I can't decide to love them. I can love them in general as a human being, as a person, as a human, just in a general sense, but I cannot take decision to love somebody. It's impossible. You can take a decision to, if you have an initial connection, you can take a decision to keep on with that, to do the work, to be kind to them, to show up every day. That is a commitment and that is a decision. So yeah, but never believe when people tell you that, oh, you can work on your feelings. Unfortunately, one thing that you cannot do is you cannot work on your feelings. You either have it or not. You're gonna waste more years in an unhappy marriage trying to get your feelings up, or your emotions. If you don't have it, it's not something that you can make yourself do, like, if I wouldn't love connecting with you, I couldn't make myself do this. Imagine somebody goes live online and they're like, oh god damn it, I hate this. Or they're like, oh god, when this is over. You can't do it. You either driven by this, you either connect with somebody instantly or over time, slowly but surely, but you can't make yourself love somebody. Sometimes I wish that we could, because sometimes you meet somebody that loves you, but you can not love them back. And it's not your fault. Sometimes you have preferences. Some people like, I don't know, some men like particular kinds of women, but they don't like them back. Yeah, well, I agree that as act of your will could be commitment. Okay, act of your will could be commitment, that you realize, okay, this person, and love is a verb. When you have these feelings to somebody, you got to still do the work, the everyday work that is not fun. Take care of them when they are sick, deal with them when they're in a bad mood, pay the mortgage, uh, even when you don't feel like paying it, you would rather go on vacation. That is love. That is a commitment, because you're doing something that's difficult, and it's not as exciting, but you still are doing it. You are doing it because it's not just infatuation, it's love. And I'm very fortunate to experience that. I'm sure many of you had experienced. That love and infatuation is completely different, because when you're infatuated, it's for you. You get in joy. You see the bubbles. You get in bubbles just from the thought of this person. You get in the joy. When you love, you know all the imperfections. You know everything you're getting yourself into, but you love them anyway. I was meeting with my friends yesterday, and we were laughing, and I said, we had a little toast, and I said, well, let's do the friendship thing. I said, friends are the people that know you really well and still love you anyway. That is what love is too. Love is when you see all the other sides of the person and you're still there. As I said, for those of you guys who join later, I feel like a soulmate is the person. It's not the person that comes and goes. Soulmate is the person that you cannot get rid of for the life of you. Like, they see the worst of you. They see you from the most awful sides. I'm talking from experience, okay? They see just, and they're still there. Like, they're still there. So that's a soulmate. Soulmate is like, you can't scare him enough. Like, he sees you in the morning, after a rough night, and he still thinks you're pretty. Even though that's not what the mirror is saying, he still thinks you're pretty. So that's love. Oh wow, Merry Christmas. No wonder I keep the bubbles on. Thank you. Another super chat from Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas says, waiting on you. Well, I wish you I wish you all the patience you need on that journey. Hey, but you didn't wait for too long. I saw you last on a Friday live. No, Thursday live. So we shall see. This week could be a little bit different, but we shall see. Remember that the snowman may melt. But not in Michigan. So hey, you may be onto something, Merry Christmas, because snowmen in Michigan can stay for 9 months. um, Jim saying, I journaled whenever I needed to vent when things were bad with my wife, and read something I wrote in 2016. I was miserable then, right? Oh, I got your point. I know what you mean. Love is work, and love is a commitment. So that is a will. Because just emotions, they will die if you don't do anything about it. It will just poof. So love is work and love is a commitment. It's a conscious decision to stay and do the work. But what I was saying, you have to have initial connection. That's all. Jim, I don't know what she's thinking. I think she noticed it. She noticed this. I have to tell you, all Russian, Ukrainian, Slavic people, if you are looking a mess and your environment is a mess, they might not tell you this, but they do notice it. It's hard to ignore. So you may have to pick step up your game a little. But hey, maybe she just maybe for online friendship that's okay, as long as it's not in her house. Well, it sounds like she found an excuse for you. That's not fair. Oh, that's a whole different story about that. I actually was talking with a friend about this whole appearance and tidy up thing. I don't even. It's gonna be another video, Jim. But that's gonna be stone. That's gonna be a stone in your yard. Hey, we all sometimes, guys. I just want you to know, we all sometimes look in a mess and feel in a mess. As long as it's not always this way, it could be better. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Don't get me started on appearance. Don't get me started on that. Maybe I should show up. You know what? Maybe I should show up a mess, and then I won't even have to make a video. You will see how that feels like. But I can't do it. I don't think I can force myself to show up a mess anywhere further, than my bedroom, because the moment I go downstairs, I'm already not a mess. So I don't know if I could do it. Jim, I understand, but you see, if you push yourself to get your stuff together, to put nicer clothes, to tidy up your environment, it will actually help you to feel better. Seriously, because nothing make you feel worse as a mess. I've been through several major losses, and I've been through depression, and I noticed that if I'm starting to feel better, but I look in the mirror and I look a mess, I go straight back to my depression. I had an experience one time when for about a month or two, I just didn't do my eyelashes, my nails, my hair. I mean, I look normal, like everybody else, just, completely unfeminine myself. But, no lipstick. It's kind of like, I mean, it's normal if you clean in garage, or you do, but it's not normal for us. I felt so depressed, I was going to die. So when I saw myself in the mirror, I screamed. I'm like, no, I don't care where I live, what I do, who is in my life, who is out of my life. So I'm gonna finish with this, guys. Okay. So that's what really helped me to get out of bad thoughts. So sometimes I think I shared that before. So sometimes you have to imagine yourself as a consistent source of light, consistent source of life, like sun. So somebody may be crying on the sun. Somebody may be gonna go into your environment and get warm in the sun. Somebody decides, oh, the sun is too bright, I want to leave. The sun is too bright for me. This light is too much. Somebody says this light is too little. Somebody say, oh, I don't like it. Somebody say, oh my gosh, I love the sun. But the goal is to keep shining no matter what. Who is in, who is out. Of course, there are major life events. That's understandable. But everything has an expiration date. And the thing is, life is a gift, and if you don't treat it as such, you denying the biggest gift ever. There are people right now that are fighting for life. At this very moment I'm talking to you, there are people that are fighting for survival, and they are fighting with their entire existence for survival. They are maybe out of oxygen, or they are hurting, maybe they are in an accident. They are fighting for survival, and there are people who love them. They are fighting all for survival. So when you have this precious gift, and you just like, and you throw it together in with trash, you put it on the floor, you step over it, you can never ever to you can you shooting yourself in the foot. So that's just, you are neglecting the biggest gift. If I would give if Jim, if I would give you $100, if I see you and I say, hey Jim, this is your birthday gift, I give you $100, would you throw it in a trash can? Would you mix it with garbage and like orange peels and pieces of yesterday food? No, you would not. Trust me. You would put it very carefully somewhere in your wallet. You'll be like, "Oh, this is nice." So, you would take. We would take care. We would take greater care of $100 bill that we take care of our minutes and seconds and hours of life. That, there is not a day, there is not a store at the mall, in the best mall that we can go, what it is, Nordstrom, I don't know, Macy's, whatever mall you have. There is not a store when you can knock, bring them piles of gold, piles of money, but say, hey, could I please have one more day for this person that just passed away? Or can I buy one more day for me? Because I know I'm dying. Not Nobody, not the most powerful person in the world, can return the person you love for even 1 hour. So why is that? Something that cannot be brought back, with millions of dollars, bunch of gold, we just throw together with trash. Whatever, what's left there, whatever. But if somebody give us a little fraction of it, like $100 bill, we would take the best care of it. Terry, love is not in the future. Love is happening right now. Love is happening in your heart when you heal from whatever happened. Love is happening when you just let go and forget, certain things you had to go through. Love is something you feel toward people, and you feel toward life. The object of love may show up, and it actually may show up several times. And at some point, it may resonate with you, okay? It all goes back to what I said about consistent light. So every single one of us is a consistent light, like a projector. When you project light, I don't have a projector right now, but it's a consistent light. Think about it this way. Because nobody is going to try. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have anybody who say, what, I just like, what can I do for you today so you are in a great mood? And even when I have that, I may still be in a bad mood. It's in our power to stay positive, and to be creative, and to do good things. Exactly. Our future is our present, but it's just like, I don't know, it's so difficult to explain unless you really feel it and understand it. You don't count days, or like, you don't count something in future. You need to count right now. As I'm gonna finish this live stream, realize that you are alive. Your body needs you. Your organs need you. You were brought here You are one out of 400 billion little swimming things that made it, okay? I think, no, I think the chance of you being born where you were born, by the parents you were born, um, time and circumstance, and your genetic, your like genetic material, every single one of us. So the chances of you being born the way you are born with all the genetics and your parents and grandparents and whatever is 1 out of 400 billion. One out, it's like 4 0 0 0 0 and endless zeros. 1 out of 400 billions, that you're gonna have these eyes, this hair, this mind, this height. So think about this. You don't even have a right to be depressed because you already won. I didn't know I'm gonna be giving a motivational speech today. But anyway. Yes, Terry, you need to find the switch. I think you're doing pretty well because you look at life in a positive light. You are not bitter. You are kind. You are appreciative. You're very generous, and you are open, and that is a part of love, by the way. So I think you are halfway. The switch is halfway there. Seriously, I have a very hard time to connect with bitter people. We all been through heartbreaks, we all been through losses, but I have hard time to be friends or be connected with bitter people because I feel that they are not doing the work. And you know what? Nobody can do push-ups for you. Nobody can do the work for you. So people who are bitter, they are refusing to do the work. Every single one of us in this room, I'm pretty sure, had heartbreak and losses. I'm sure because some of you guys have longer life experience. I mean, most of you, I think, have longer life experiences than me, but um, you've seen a lot in life, so you've been hurt and broken, but you still smile and say, "Hi, I love you," or "Hi, I'm happy to see you." If you the thing is, like, if you, if you close yourself up and you just protect yourself from everything, the good stuff cannot come too. It's like you're gonna be suffocated. Like if you put this plastic bag from the rain, yeah, rain may not make you wet, but you're gonna suffocate because you won't have the air and the light. You not only fall down sometimes you get your lights, you know your lights got knocked out. Sometimes you have a punch in the gut. Sometimes your heart breaks. Guys, do you really think that it would be possible for anybody to empathize and to understand somebody, and even like doing these videos, unless you've been through something? You cannot work with people unless you've been through something, unless you have scars, unless you felt like you will never come back, you will never return, you'll never recover. You cannot even do that. So, and all of you reflecting each other in some ways, especially all of you who like my long, unedited talks. And, we all, even though I'm a completely different person, from different part of the world, I'm a female, but we're still connecting on certain level and mirroring each other. So, there is empathy, there is connection, and you can't live your life with your heart closed because you will suffer more, as if even if you will get hurt again, and you will get hurt again. It's life. And that's okay. I'm gonna tell you the biggest secret. We were meant to be able to handle. We were born to be able to handle the heartbreaks. I don't have any records of me ugly crying, but believe me, these eyes had produced nasty fly. No, they did not produce nasty fly. These eyes had produced a lot of tears. This face had ugly cried. This I've been through a lot. And the next murder is about to happen too. I need to get the fly killer. How you call it, the fly thing? You see, but the thing is you can't feel and connect to others unless you've been through certain things. So, I would not be able to connect with people, empathize to people if just everything was just butterflies and bubbles. Yes, I rarely ever cry now. I rarely ever have dark, like really dark thoughts, but um, it was a process. Now, it's kind of interesting. Now, I mostly have tears when something beautiful is happening. Like when I see something beautiful that touch my heart, it's just, you have these tears, but I love those tears because, they are tears of joy or tears of, empathy or tears of seeing some beautiful transformation. But I barely cry anymore. But when I cry, I mean it. Oh wow, Merry Christmas. I am touched. How did I get so lucky? You see, guys, we are talking about this. How did I get so lucky? Merry Christmas is saying, I will buy you a cup of tea when I'm in Lapeer. Wow. Merry Christmas. I don't know how to contain myself. Thank you so much. You're not gonna believe it, but um, um, I can't speak. I can't. I can't. But thank you, Merry Christmas. You see, I'm having these bubbles just non-stop. I forgot to switch them off. So you see, so guys, you see this? I'm telling you, you're gonna get lucky one day. You see, I'm gonna have I'm I'm offered a pure cup of tea. You even realized how lucky I'm getting right now. Thank you, Merry Christmas. I will not. I won't think of nothing else. I can't. Oh my goodness. Oh, stop. All right, guys. Okay, this is getting too much. I'm gonna read one more message and we're gonna call it a night. John is saying we can develop bad habits on limiting ourselves and missing beautiful moments in life. It's very true. Sometimes, guys, it's a process. Sometimes um, you are scarred so much, you have so much painful experiences that you cannot see the beauty, you cannot see the bubbles. You cannot see, you develop the negative default. Whatever happens, you say, well, she smiled to me, well, she probably not never called me back. Or you know um, whatever positive events happen to you, you turn it around and you say, well, she probably just said it just to be nice. Um, you know, when I met my husband back in time, back in time in the very beginning of everything, he kept saying this forever. He just kept saying, I just can't believe, like, I can't believe, are you sure about this? Like, he kept doubting that I was real. Like, he kept, I was almost about to say, maybe I should think about this. But he was saying, I can't believe you showed up. Like, we had a date and I showed up. It's like, wow, I can't believe you showed up. And then he said, I thought you're just trying to be polite with this, you know, he called himself like different names, but he was actually quite handsome and attractive, obviously. Um, well, we all have our preferences. So he was, I mean, and then it's been years and we already been through tough stuff and we already been through not not liking each other, and he still was saying that that was the best time of his life and he still could not believe that I said yes. So, why is that? Because when you have negative experiences and you face rejection and women make fun of you and, maybe you get scammed, you just feel that nobody likes you, nobody wants you, but you have to be open when somebody shows up and somebody smiles and somebody accepts you. And somebody accept you for who you are and genuinely enjoying you. You can see everything in person's eyes. Guys, when you are with a woman and she's laughing and her eyes are laughing, that is a major sign that she is into you. Because sometimes she can laugh but her eyes are not laughing. So when she's laughing, So with that being said, you all, I'm missing my beauty sleep. But that's okay. I had a really good time. Terry saying, if your significant other does not recognize the pure heart, then maybe they did not deserve it. No, if they did not recognize the pure heart, it means it's not for them. If somebody does not recognize your pure heart, it means it's not for them. You don't need to convince somebody in your purity. You don't need to convince somebody in the beauty of your heart and soul. That's the whole point. You're not trying to force it. You're not trying to make it happen. Those who need to see it will see it. Oh wow, Jim. I'm the opposite. I believe every woman I meet likes me. Wow, Jim. Good for you. I remember somebody was telling me, like, doesn't matter who that was telling me, you are so sweet and you are so sparkly and so genuine. But I know you have a little bit of edge and a little bit of spice. But he said, but I like it because you're a woman. You have to be a little mean, or you have to be a little bit, little evil, or slightly cruel. So I don't know. I guess to every, how does it say, to each its own. To each its own. How does it say that? When somebody was meant for you, you're not gonna miss it. And if you're missing it, then you hadn't done the work. So, wow, yes, to each its own. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas was another donation. It's saying you are very beautiful anyway. Anyway, okay. Anyway, despite of what? Thanks, Merry Christmas. Oh, awesome. Renee, you shall connect me. You know how to find me. You can actually message me on Messenger too. I think you have my Messenger. But anyway, guys, I need my tea. I need my bath. I need my Bibles. I need my love. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And think about this. Start the bubbles. And have a good night, everybody. Have a great start of the week tomorrow. Thank you, Jim, too. I appreciate you. Thanks, Renee. Thank you, everybody on the chat. Um, have a good night, everyone. I will see you when I see you. I'm not sure, but have a good night. Have a great start of the week. Break some of those old habits and stop feeling freaking sorry for yourself. Look at what you got. Stop focusing on what you don't have and amplify, make it big and beautiful what you have. Look with a magnifying glass at what you have. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Yes, enjoy my Patreon while you're welcome. Because we have chats over there. From Michigan with love. I will see you soon. Good night, everybody. And you better do the work, y'all. You better do the work, y'all.